Peace and love, everybody. How y'all doing? Had some testy times here lately, as we all have. And I talk about the energies being out of whack, the moon cycles, and whatnot. But I can't help but smile real big because I had kind of a cool evening talking to a friend, and I had some weird dreams, um, dealing with some family shit that was really, really weird. I seen my mom who had passed on in the dream, and I started crying in the dream. And I actually woke up from the dream literally crying. It was a trip, you know, probably more releasing stuff. But I just want to say I've spent my whole life waiting for what I'm seeing now. I mean, I know I'm a star seed and I know why I came here. I came here to help during this time of the great awakenings and to spread love and to spread peace. And the cool thing is a lot of people see the crazy stuff happen in the world, but even though I can still see people of all walks awakening and doing nice things for one another, I see the energy shifting. I mean, you can't just look and go, okay, well, I talk to my spiritual friends, or I talk to my uh, truther friends, or my awakened friends. You know, if the energies aren't right, sure, you got to get away from them, but don't cut anybody out of your life. You never know who is right there waiting to help, waiting to spread love, acting like an angel in human form. They're everywhere. And I see all the energy changes and things getting intense, and some people starting to almost fall because of it, to have issues. But I see other people who don't even know of this whole process, or may not agree with the whole process, or have their own view on it, but they still have grasped the main points. It doesn't matter, if you're Buddhist, Hindu, Christian, Islam, Jewish, spiritual, it don't matter. It all goes back to we are all part of the energy that we call God. Whether you want to call this source, creator, higher self, whatever, it all goes back to that. And there's people all over that feel this energy. And if you just stop focusing on the weird stuff going on and make these connections, you can find God everywhere. Everywhere. It's amazing. I woke up with some stuff going on that was like, oh my God, I might not have any food here soon. Medical stuff going on, social security stuff going on. I started to get a little bit flippy. I hadn't ate yet, and I had weird dreams, and I had some weird energies over the last couple weeks, which we all have. And I talked to a friend who's real good at, she's her higher, self, or that God part of, connects with me and helps to chill me out. But I started to at first, but it always helps when I talk to that person too. Of course, I could do this stuff by myself, but we all should be helping each other. But anyways, I quickly got out of my funk and I start talking to some people, and I got a lot of the situation figured around. And that's why I say you never know where these people are. If you're looking for just awakened spiritual friends or whatever, you might not see that this love from source, God, higher self, or whatever, is literally, even though the energies are off, it's permeating through everywhere. So if you can step back and not let the things that seem negative or trying in your life affect you, you can see what I'm seeing. And instead of going, man, how long is it going to take the world before we get to this point? No, it's happening. I've waited my whole life for this moment, man, for this moment, and where people would just start tuning in, tuning into higher self, tuning into one another, showing the love, and man, this is like a cool test, because bring me down to a low spot, or what feels like a low spot, give me a little bit of challenges, and see. Of course, they have to see, because you're given, you're only allowed to take on as much as you can take on. So obviously, if you're being given this, your higher self, God, however you want to look at that, knows that you can take it on. So if you can go to that place where it's like, man, can I feel any lower? And be at that place and look around and still see all the light shining around you, that's amazing. And that's what's happened. That's happened today. Of course, I see a lot of this stuff and have been for a while, but I know the energies are changing a lot, and I see confusion and stuff, but at the same time, I'm seeing people awaken and spread love. And man, I've been sending people messages, because I just looked up the other day. I'm like, I know 144, I know what that is, but I have to go look that back up. And I seen on one of them, it was third eye activation. I keep sending people messages. They keep turning up 144. I'm like, well, that's cool. I'm sending them third eye activations. We all need to get that spiritual center connected within us, man. It's beautiful. But yeah, man, no matter what funky stuff you see happening in the world, don't focus in on it. Look for the people who are out there helping their fellow man, the people who are, embracing, God, higher self, however you want to look at it. And let's not get weird about it. Like I said, it doesn't matter what religious background you have, if you're spiritual or what it is. If you have love just in general for the world, and you want to see, good within the world, you're on that path. We're all part of that same thing, And that's what a lot of people don't realize. They say light workers. They think light workers is just a spiritual person. No, it's just a word given, meaning people who want to help one another, people who work for the better good of their fellow man. It's that simple. So when you look out at the world, and especially that big ass black box behind me, they call it television, you're going to see a lot of nasty shit. But they're only selling you what they want to sell you. And what they want to sell you is fear. I don't want no fear. I can make up that shit myself. I could probably make it up a little scarier than they could. Imagination can be kind of trippy, yo. Don't focus on any of that. Look for the good. When you see the horrible stuff happen around you, look for the good. And that's one thing we got to remember. When you focus on the negative energy, whether you want to believe it or not, everything goes back to scientific principle and energies, vibration. When you send out a thought, your conscious thoughts create a vibration in the atmosphere all around you. You may not see it, but you do. And thought actually travels faster than the speed of light. The speed of light is not the fastest thing in the universe. Speed of light is the fastest speed an actual material object can go. But they're not counting plasma energy, consciousness, dark matter, none of this stuff that you can't see. Consciousness travels faster than anything. So when you are listening to the negative stuff, all them vibrations are going within you, and it's like a tuning fork. Here you are, man, you're nice and balanced, and then all that bad energy starts hitting you, and you're all out of whack, man. You start feeling all weird and stuff, and that's them energies, the actual vibrations. You, like a radio, have tuned in to the wrong station. Turn the channel, man. It's that simple. Tune out of it. And when you do that, you have not given energy to it. So when you're spreading like a bunch of stuff, even if you're trying to do good, helping people on Facebook, and what you're putting on there is negative, you're sending out that fear vibration to other people. Then they get it, and then it goes on to more and more people. And now now we got a whole planet going like this out of vibe. Don't do it. I'm not saying to ignore atrocities in our world, but I am saying don't give it no energy. Focus on all the love and the great things you see going on. Focus on that. Give that energy. Because the more you do that, the more you build up that energy, the more you build up the people, the more it spreads. And we all start tuning into it. You know, you don't even, the whole world doesn't have, if there's enough of us tuned into it, we ain't got to go, okay, this is the steps. The other people, our vibrations will be going so much, they'll start feeling it. And they're like, I just feel love. It's so easy. So don't nobody tune into the wrong station. Stay out of fear. Stay out of negativity. And no matter what anybody does to you in your life, unless they beat you with a stick, all can be forgiven. You know, I've had people shut me out of their lives. I hold no animosity or nothing against nobody. We are all part of the energy that is God. To hate any of you or to hate myself, in my view, would be to hate God and all creation. That's not in me. So even the person that might have cussed me out and told me whatever things that they had going on in their head, no matter how horrible it may sound to somebody, you know, I don't care if they looked at me and said, I want you dead. If they came back to me one day, they don't have to apologize. Don't apologize. It's all good. If you just want to come back and talk to me and say, I would just like to talk to you. It's all good, man. It's all good. Like I said, you ain't beat me with a stick or stole my damn Twinkie. If you stole my Twinkie, well, it's not really a big deal anyways. I'm just going to get another one and tell you, hey, man, next time you want a Twinkie, just ask me. I'll give you one. Plus, if you try and beat me with a stick, I'm going to take it away from you. But I'm not going to beat you back with it. I'm just going to take your stick away and tell you to go home. You know, I may be on Social Security, but I'm not in a wheelchair. So I wouldn't advise trying to beat me with a stick. Hey, look, people tuned in. Hey, how you doing, Eric? Talk to you in a while. Di, Bindi. Yes, focus on good, be positive, express love, be kind. Woo! You got it exactly right, Di. But of course, I know you got it exactly right. You know, but I'm telling you, man, if you just stop and at that point, that's one of the best points, man. When you feel like you're down and everything is really screwy, start looking. Shut that thought out of your head and start looking, because that's when you'll start seeing the light all around you, man. You know, it's waiting for you. It's waiting to reach out and help you. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing, man. But yeah, don't nobody get caught up into all the energies and the nasty, well, the trials in your life. Don't let them overtake you. You know, unless you've retired this body, you still got plenty of time to do stuff. Not to mention, you know, there is no death. Like I said, you just retire this body. I call it rebirthing. I don't believe in death. We are infinite energy created at the beginning of the time that cannot be destroyed and goes on forever. Everything cycles. You know, there is no death. There's just a new cycle. You rebirth into the new cycle and retire the soul body. And if you've gotten to a certain point within this life, your next incarnation just keeps going up and up till one day You're basically an energy that's so close to God, creation, that you just become love, love energy. That's beautiful. That's very beautiful. So yeah, that even at them hardest times, man, look for the light, because you're not going to be kept in the dark. That would never happen. There's always a light shining. You just got to look for it and tune into the right station, my friends. Peace and love, y'all. Have a wonderful day or evening, whatever it is in your little part of the world.